loves, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Vlogmas Day 3. Technically it's Vlogmas Day 3, but I'm a little bit late, so that's okay. So I did a poll on my Instagram and I asked you guys to comment a few different topics and things that you wanted me to talk about. So that's what I'll be covering in this video, as well as showing you guys how I achieve this natural subtle glam look. And I'm actually going to be using like some new products, just a couple. So really just like my bronzer, I'm going to be using a different bronzer. It's going to be my first time using it, but I don't wear makeup every single day, but whenever I do my makeup, this is pretty much how I do it. I do it the same way all the time. So if you guys are interested, then let's get right into the video. So the first topic discussion that someone gave me was self-love and finding confidence. Honestly, you guys, like, that topic is something that I can talk about, but just make sure you don't, like, basically I'm not a master at this yet. Like, I haven't fully mastered it. I guess you could say I'm on my way there, simply because it took me a minute to really find my self-confidence. Like, it's not as easy as some people would make it seem, because I'm pretty sure everyone has kind of experienced this before. Like, if you have a conversation with someone and you ask them, you know, how are you so confident, or how did you gain your confidence? And the first thing people normally say is like, wake up every day and tell yourself that you're beautiful. And it's like, that's it. But in reality, that's really not it. Like, that is really easier said than done, because you can wake up every day, tell yourself that you're pretty or you're beautiful and things like that, but if you don't really believe it yourself, then you're basically just wasting time. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna do that, like, you have to make sure that you are believing what it is that you're saying. So the way that I started to find my self-confidence, and as I said before, I am still on my self-love journey. So I am still, you know, figuring things out and working on finding my confidence. But the way that I did it, or started to do it, was I stopped allowing certain things in my life. Whether that be relationships wise, or whether that be, you know, friends wise, or just whatever. Like, I started making sure that I demanded respect. Because if you don't demand respect, then you're gonna basically program yourself into thinking that it's okay to accept disrespect. And then that's when your self-esteem will start to drop, because you're gonna look at yourself and feel like you deserve whatever treatment it is that you're getting, and that's not the case. So you have to really start by, you know, figuring out what it is that you want, like figuring out how you want to be treated. And then of course you also have to treat people the way that you want to be treated, because sometimes it's easy to say like you want this and you want that, but if you are not practicing that or showing someone how you expect to be treated, then you can't really expect people to treat you that way. For instance, I remember this one situation that I was in where I was talking to this guy, and keep in mind, we never got into a relationship. Like, we never made it official, or he never made it official with me or anything like that. So, but this was a situation that had lasted all the way like a year, I would say. So I was messing with this guy for like a year, you know, basically doing everything, pretty much everything that I could possibly do for him. And I wasn't even his girlfriend. Like, he did not make it official with me. You know, so I was like, I was just doing things that I feel like girlfriends do. Like, I was playing my part pretty much, if that's the way to say it. Like, I was playing my part, doing everything that I felt like a girlfriend should do, and I wasn't even his girlfriend. And honestly, with that situation, it was so toxic. Like, I went through so much with that guy that I could say that was one of like the biggest situations that really ate at my self-confidence. Like, I began to feel like I wasn't worth it, and I started internalizing basically everything that he would do to me. So the mistreatment, the lying, you know, the cheating, whatever. Like, I started internalizing that, thinking that it was my fault or that something was wrong with me because he couldn't get his act together. Like, he couldn't act right. And that is never something that you should do. Like, people have their own issues that they really have to figure out sometimes. And so sometimes it has nothing to do with you. Like, sometimes it has nothing to do with us, but I think because we allow ourselves to even go through those type of things with people, we start accepting it and we start internalizing it, and you know, we start thinking that everything is our fault. Like, the reason that it's not working out, we start thinking that it's our fault, or that something is wrong with us because the person can't seem to act right or get themselves together. You know, and I personally believe that that is the worst thing you can do to yourself. Like, that is literally the worst thing you can do to yourself. Never internalize when something is not going right. Don't, you know, feel like it's your fault. Like, it's okay to take responsibility for, you know, your faults or if you do something wrong. But when it comes to people just not acting right or doing what they have to do, it's like, it's not your fault. You know what I mean? It's not your fault. And it's not always easy to believe that right off the bat, but the sooner you grasp that and you understand it, then the sooner you will stop feeling like it's your fault. And so, honestly, you guys, like, I just got to a point to where I started noticing and seeing that it was eating at my self-esteem. Like, I would literally wake up depressed, sad, upset because this guy was not acting right. Like, or whenever I would catch him talking to someone else, or it would even be times where, like, so even though the whole time technically we still were not together, because he never made it official with me, it's like, if I'm coming to your house, you know, we're doing things as a couple, like, I'm basically, you know, doing right by you, and like, we have an understanding, then I'm pretty sure you know that it's not okay to be messing around and doing certain things, especially if you wouldn't want me doing the same thing. So it would just be times where, like, I would think that something was wrong with me. Like, I would wake up feeling not confident. Like, my self-esteem would be really, really low. I would think that other girls would look better than me, or they were better than me, because it's like, you know, people compliment me all the time. Like, they tell me, oh, you know, you're this and you're that. But I'm like, why can't he seem to get it together when it comes to me? You know? So I started just kind of internalizing those feelings of, like, trying to figure out why he just couldn't get it together. And it had nothing to do with me. It's just, he had a lot of growing up to do, and he had time still. Like, he wasn't ready for a commitment, and that's just what it was. You know, that's just what it was. So it really had nothing to do with me, and I had to really get to the point to where I understood that fully. So that was another thing, was like, I chose to walk away from that situation. Even after a year long of, like, putting up with it and dealing with the situation, I eventually, you know, got the courage to walk away from it. So that's what I did. And it was definitely a long process, you know, because when you get used to something or you get used to things being a certain way, it's like you don't really want to walk away from that, or you don't really want to start over. But honestly, you guys, like, you can't allow yourself to go through something constantly and then expect different results. You know what I mean? Like, you can't do that. You have to gain the courage and the strength to walk away if you want to see different results. So yeah, the next thing that I started doing was, I started taking time for myself. Like, honestly, I started taking time for myself. I started, like, when I would wake up, I would feed myself positive affirmations. So whether that meant going, like when I go in the restroom to brush my teeth and wash my face, I would, you know, tell myself positive things, but I would actually start to believe it. So starting out, like, being so used to dealing with what I was dealing with, and, you know, starting out, it wasn't easy to just believe the things that I was saying. But when I actually, like, I gave myself time. You know, I was patient with myself. I started focusing a lot more on myself instead of, like, focusing on things that didn't matter. And like I said, I just gave myself time. You know what I mean? Because I knew that it wasn't going to be something that happened overnight. I knew it was going to be something that I had to work for, especially since I had been so used to what I was used to. Like, I knew that it was going to take time. So I just kind of taught myself to give myself that time and to be patient if I wanted to see different results. And so slowly but surely, every day when I would get up and I would tell myself, like, you know, you got this, like, you are beautiful. When things don't work out, it's for the greater good. Like, it's not your fault. I just honestly started telling myself all of those things, and I started just being positive as much as I could. Like, honestly, I just started being super, super positive. Like, and then with me focusing on myself, like, I started doing things by myself and started learning how to actually be by myself. So with learning how to be alone, I didn't feel so bad, you know, like if I had started talking to someone eventually, like if I felt like I was ready, if I had started talking to someone eventually, like I wouldn't, if I had started talking to someone, I wouldn't focus so much on it, if that makes sense. Like, if, you know, if things were going well, then they were going well. You know what I mean? But the moment that I felt like it became too much, or I felt like the person, whoever I was talking to, wasn't, you know, satisfying me the way that I felt like they should have been, then I was walking away from the situation. Like, I was not holding myself hostage. I wasn't, basically, in other words, I started paying attention to the red flags and catching them, like when they would happen, versus trying to overanalyze situations and trying to make excuses for people. Like, I wasn't doing that anymore. You know what I mean? So the moment someone would start acting weird and I didn't like it, like that was it. That was gonna be the end of it. You know what I mean? Like, it's nothing else we need to talk about. So I just kind of found things that I like to do, basically, or like that I enjoy doing by myself. You know, I would just find things and then surround myself around positivity. And also cut ties. Like, it's okay not to end a situation, you know, like with you guys hating each other, or end a situation off like super bad or whatever. But at the same time, it's like, it's okay to need that time to focus on yourself. You know what I mean? Like, it's okay to not want to talk to the person or have anything to do with the person while you're getting yourself together. Like, you know, it's okay. You don't have to keep in contact with the person. So for me, because I knew that this situation had been a really triggering situation for me, and I had really gone through a lot with this person, and they really like affected my self-esteem and my self-love, it's like I felt that the best decision for me was to cut that person off. You know what I mean? And I think after that situation happened, we got in contact maybe a couple of times, like, but it was like spread out. So it was like after not talking for a while. You know what I mean? So and then eventually, like, after not talking for a while, it got to a point to where we didn't talk at all. You know? Like, I don't know. I think I got to a point to where I just felt like, you know, there's nothing more or nothing that we really need to discuss, if that makes sense. Like, I have my goals that I'm trying to reach, you know, whether that be long term, short term, or physically, mentally, whatever. Like, I have my own goals and my own things that I'm trying to do. So that's what I have time to focus on. I don't have time to focus on anything else. So yeah, guys, that's basically, I just kind of got to a point to where I didn't let that be the center of attention in my life. Like, you know, I started taking more time for myself, and eventually it just became kind of normal. You know, it wasn't something that I had to force anymore. Like, focusing on myself and, you know, trying to do what's best for me, it became normal. Like, it wasn't so hard anymore to do that. So I would recommend everybody to, you know, take time for yourself. Don't feel like you have to rush anything. Like, don't feel like you have to rush yourself. And don't let anybody play you. Like, don't let anybody play you. You know? So yeah, the next topic that someone gave me was how to budget and save your money. Honestly, you guys, I'll actually be doing a video, like a separate video, really explaining that, like explaining those two topics, because I have not mastered that yet. Like, I have not mastered that myself just yet. You know, let's just say I'm currently working on it. Okay, that's what we'll say. I'm currently working on learning to really save and budget my money. So yeah, currently working on that. But I think I can still give you guys some advice, or at least tell you like my process on it. So with me, honestly, y'all, like, one of my biggest problems with money and like saving and budgeting is food. Honestly, like, a lot of my money literally goes to food, you guys. Like, there's really no other way to say that. A lot of my money really goes to food. I love to eat. So if I'm hungry and I don't have anything at home, or there's nothing cooked, I'm going to go and buy food. Like, that's where majority of my money goes to. And it's not something good. So it's definitely a bad habit that I need to break and work on breaking. But that's just the truth of it. Like, that is where majority of my money go. on food. So one thing I would say is just when you go grocery shopping, try to buy food that's gonna last you, or that you can kind of spread out, if that makes sense. Like if you know you're not the type of person to cook every day, or you're not gonna want to cook every day, then buy things that are quick and simple to fix. You know, you can buy like TV dinners, or you can buy Lunchables. Literally, I don't really go grocery shopping that often as of right now, like I should, but anytime I do go grocery shopping, I always make sure I get some Lunchables. Always. So it's things like that you can get that might be good for, like, if you don't have anything else and you just don't feel like cooking, or you don't want to go and spend money on eating food, then just buy different things that you can, like, that's, you can pop in the microwave or just eat on the go. So like salads and different things like that. Also, and this is something that I am currently learning to do, is like, don't feel pressured or feel like you always have to spend a certain money, like if you do go out to eat. Something that I would say, it's not really like how I look at it now, but it definitely was a point in time where I thought like this. I felt like I had to spend a certain amount of money when I went out to places. So like if there was an event or something, or like a dinner, and I went somewhere with like my family, or just, other people, like I would basically feel like I had to spend a certain amount of money. You know what I mean? So like if they were getting like a drink or something, or if they were getting like a super expensive meal, or just whatever, like I would feel like I had to basically get that too. And sometimes you don't have to always do that. Like sometimes you can go out somewhere and literally just get something simple. So like if you eat fried food, I know sometimes like fried food is, pretty inexpensive. So if you don't mind eating that, it's okay to get you, maybe like a 2-piece fish dinner with, and I know this might seem kind of random, but y'all get my drift. Like you don't always have to spend $30 on a meal and always have to get an alcoholic beverage or whatever. Sometimes it's okay to go out and you can still enjoy yourself without having to spend a lot of money. So like I said, that's basically something that I am still kind of learning. And I mean, I don't really go out like that as it is anyway, but if I do go somewhere, then I definitely try to, watch my spending habits, basically. Like I really try my best not to spend a ton of money, or if I do, I limit myself. So like this week, this week I didn't really do too good, honestly, because I got Indian food from this Indian spot that I like to go to, and I also got sushi. So that's the thing, like even though with the sushi spot I spent like $30, but with that new sushi spot, the reason that I went to it is because I heard that it was like really, really good and it was inexpensive. Like you could get multiple rolls for a good price. And normally the sushi spot that I normally go to, because it's really close to my job, so I would always either go before work or after work. That sushi spot, like they are really expensive, you guys. Like literally for one roll that only really comes with like 6 pieces, it's like $17, like literally for one roll. And I'm like, but I just went to this new sushi spot and I got multiple different pieces and rolls and spent the same amount. Because with the other sushi spot that I like going to, it's I really, really like their spicy salmon roll, And so normally when I go, I like to get 2. And so I spend like $30 on just 2 pieces, 2 rolls of sushi when they have other places, you know. But ultimately, like I said, I like going to my Indian spot to get my food. And when I go there, I don't know, you know, like you don't have to spend money on going out to eat every day or every week or multiple times a day. Because I had spent some money on some food, which probably was that same day of me buying the Indian food. And then later on, I had stopped at the sushi spot. So that's just kind of another way that you can kind of like watch your spending and, you know, not just get so much. So yeah. But there are different things that you can do to kind of like learn and teach yourself how to save your money without spending so much. But like I said, I'm still working on my process, you guys, so I'm not going to sit here and act like I have mastered it, or I can just tell you guys so much stuff of how to do that, because I am still working on it. So you can take what I say or leave it. Your choice. Yeah. So the next topic was, oh, 1 second. Next topic was baddie on a budget. So honestly, it's so many ways, you guys, to be a baddie on a budget. Like, so many ways. I feel like you can do and be a baddie on a budget with literally almost everything. So like, for instance, your outfit. You can have on something so simple, right? Or you can go to Target and find a cute sweatsuit. So like just a cute top with like some sweats, or even if you just like basically throw on a shirt and some tights, like literally you can put on really whatever, you guys. And like, as long as you have a cute bag or a cute like cute shoes, then your whole outfit is made. Like, I kid you not, your whole outfit is made. Also, and this is literally one of my favorite topics to talk about, perfume, you guys. Like, perfume, your perfume collection will literally turn you into a baddie. Like, let me tell you, honestly, with me personally, you guys, I have really started to like grow out of the whole Bath and Body Works, you know, Victoria's Secret type of scents. Like, I'm more so into designer scents as of now. So I really do try to like kind of stay away from, because I have a whole box. I have a whole box full of, literally full of perfumes and lotions and things, and you know, body sprays and stuff like that from Bath and Body Works and like Victoria's Secret. Literally have a whole box full of that. And I just got to a point to where, you know, like, maybe it's just, you know, because like age, like I'm getting older and stuff, and my interests just kind of change. It's like I'll still go to Bath and Body Works, and like if I see a new perfume, luxury perfumes, it got to a point to where I started giving away like all of my like Bath and Body Works and Victoria's Secret like products and scents, because I don't know, like I really started like investing in more luxury and designer scents. So I don't know, like I didn't want to waste money anymore on that. And it's like, even now even now, like I have so many things in there. I have so so many stuff still, like, because recently I went through it and I call myself trying to, like, you know, just organize a little bit and like get rid of some stuff, but I still have a lot. Like, there's still a lot, but that's the thing, like, when I go through it, it's like I want to get rid of stuff, but then when I look at it and I see it, it makes me just want to hold on to it. Like, has anybody ever done that? It's like, it makes you just not even want to give away your stuff, especially because when I see how much money I've invested in all of that, it's like, bruh, I don't want to just throw it down the drain, you know? But at the same time, like, this is just too much, you know? Like, this is just too much. I need to get rid of some of this stuff. That's pretty much kind of the point that I'm at right now. Like, just trying to figure out how to get rid of some of that stuff. But I think I kind of got off topic a little bit. But moral of this topic is invest in good sense. And you don't always have to spend a ton of money on perfumes either. Like, I know I just said the stuff about the Bath and Body Works, but I think that's just because, like, Bath and Body Works was a brand that, like, you know, we just kind of grew up on, like, and we just love going to Bath and Body Works, especially when they would have the sales and stuff. But at the same time, it's like, you can go to Target. Like, if you guys watched my room tour video, or even if you watched my vanity tour, I showed you guys just a glimpse of some of the perfumes that I wear on a day-to-day basis. And one of my perfumes are from Target, like the vanilla bourbon perfume, and that perfume was only $20. Like, so you can, and it smells so good, and it's a lasting smell. You know what I mean? So you can spend $20 or maybe even sometimes less on getting you some good perfume and still smell like a luxury scent. Pink Sugar is literally one of my favorite scents to wear, which I actually have that on right now. I'm currently wearing the Pink Sugar body oil, and it smells so good, you know? So I mean, there's different options, but I would just say invest in, you know, some cute scents. Of course, your hygiene plays a part in it too, because you can't call yourself a baddie if your hygiene is not on point. So yeah, hygiene. And then that's another thing. It's not just about what's like physical, like the physical aspect. That's not the only thing that makes you a baddie. It also has to be internal. Like, you have to be a natural baddie. So your attitude, like, nowadays, honestly, a lot of girls, for some reason, like, I don't know why women do this, but why do girls feel like they have to walk around with a resting B-word face? Like, why do women feel that way? Like, you don't, it's okay to walk around with a smile on your face. You know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna hurt anybody to smile, you know? But it's like I said, being a baddie is not, it has nothing to do with just feeling like, oh, you can whoop everybody, or just feeling like you have to just be mean and have an attitude, and, you know, like, that's honestly, that's not what it's about. So it's not all about materialistic things or having materialistic things. Sometimes it's just about personality, you know, how you act on a day-to-day basis. Like, are you helpful? Do you do things for other people? You know, that's what it's about. So honestly, I would just say, know that it's okay to be nice and be respectful of other people. Like, of course, don't let anybody disrespect you, but you don't always have to walk around looking like you're mad at the world. I am just finishing up my makeup. I'm pretty much done, you guys. Now I'm just gonna go back and just warm up the face. You know, y'all know we gotta warm up our face. Just about to go in with a little blush, which I love blush. And honestly, y'all, I just started doing this, so y'all know normally I put highlighter on like my nose and of course like my cheekbones and stuff, but then I just started like putting a little blush on my nose, because then when I go in with the highlighter, like, it just gives me such a pretty look. So I started putting a little on my nose, and I just love how it looks. We definitely talked about some really great topics. I'm so glad that I got to cover some of these things with you guys and just really chit chat about different things. I know that this video may have been a little all over the place, but I promise you guys, like, these get ready with me's are going to get a lot better. You guys can count on that. Yeah, these chit chat get ready with me's are going to get a whole lot better. These vlogs are going to get better as well. So now I'm just going in with this brown lip liner in the color Cocoa, and this is my favorite one. I just feel like it's the perfect shade of brown. Yeah, the last topic that I wanted to discuss was giving career advice. Honestly, y'all, I don't even really know how much of career advice that I can give to you guys, and that is simply because I'm still trying to figure some stuff out. Okay, still trying to figure some stuff out with my career and what it is that I want to do, since I'm about to graduate and get my degree. But one thing that I really want to do, of course, is influencing and like YouTube full-time. That's really what I want to do. But of course, like, you have to like have a 9-to-5 that will support your 5 to 9 until the 5 to 9 can be like what you do every day. So ultimately what I would like to do is do influencing in YouTube full time. But until I get to the point where I can do that, or if that's also something that you guys want to do, like if you want to influence full time, I would say just find something that is your passion. Find something that you can kind of sustain doing for the time being. Alright guys, so that wraps up this video. I really enjoyed filming this. I hope you guys enjoyed it just as much as I did and enjoyed all of the topics and everything that we discussed and went over. So I'm about to head to work now, but if you have not done so already, make sure you give this video a big thumbs up. Also, comment down below just video ideas, or if you want me to talk about other topics in the next chit chat get ready with me, or just anything that you guys want to see from me. Be sure to comment down below, or you can even DM me on my Instagram at winnerj. So if you have not done so already, make sure you subscribe to my channel, and I will see you guys in the next video.